Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna play Lovely Decays. It's another Yandere dating sim. Let's begin. The woman in front of you lays with ghastly power. Her hair staked with grey, and her lashes intact in their darkness rest lightly on cold skin. Around her lips, pale splotches of pink blossom to the jawline. You wonder, as you always do, what kind of voice would have come out of their mouths. Perhaps something unsaid dissolved into darkness with her. We're a mortician in a morgue. The needle injector between your fingers, quick, binding her jaw shut. In the cold room, perpetually bathed in the sting of fluoride, you perform your rituals with mechanical ease. To not know anything about the bodies, whose mouths you shut, fingers you break, the veins you drain, past what is written on the cream paper clipboard, just an arm reach away. So yeah, we are mortician. It was given in this line of work, and yet it is impossible not to imagine the life behind the advantage you are locked in time. Sometimes the behaved would even make a certain request to make sure the deceased looks as close to life as possible. Oh, so yeah. Probably so they could do a open casket. Things like leaving certain piercings and using a specific color of lipstick. I don't know what their click responds under the pressure of your fingers. You wonder if anyone would want to preserve you in such a degree, should your time come. You give your shining new work ID a once-over next to an awkward 3x4 photo of your eyes. Your name? YN. Your gender? Female. And other personal information. You make a mental note not to lose the card again. How come you get a new one? Lost my entire lanyard a while back. Either the clasp broke or I accidentally left it somewhere. The bright green ones? Good riddance. Come on now, it wasn't that bad. A colleague turned good friend of yours, youthful and naturally easygoing. Ash is a breath of fresh air in the funeral home staff. Despite her occasional childishness, she takes her job with surprisingly sobriety. I bet old Jarek gave you earful. You chuckle, carefully pocketing the piece of plastic. Only for 5 minutes. Your record's not broken yet. That's too bad. Oh, by the way, just to make sure, you done dressing up Miss Jane? Yep, just finished. Have any of her family members responded? Some, including her only child. They sound a little reluctant over the phone, but he'll arrive for the viewing tomorrow. Okay, good. Don't forget to prepare for the viewing, and if anything comes up, just call. Aye, miss. May your endeavors be fruitful. She strains and salutes, earning a grin from you. See you, Ash. You give her a friendly pat on the shoulder and exit the building. Afternoon warmth replaces the lobby air conditioning chill, starting up Staring up a page, you review the day's task in your head. Jane Arvey, a wealthy businesswoman from a northern side of the city, recently passed away in the hospital due to natural causes. So was it like old age type thing? Before her death, she left 2 letters detailing the preferred setting of her funeral arrangements. At dawn, her body came in from the hospital. It was one of her assistants who handed the letters. First one only having your name on it, and the second only having both you and someone you don't know. The first letter contains a deposit payment and reeling request. She also mentioned people that she would like to have involved in the preparation. Though people may give a false sense of number. She simply requested that you requested you as a mortician and a man, botanically curator from Colvin Museum of Natural History as an extra hand. Like, how did she request a mortician? That's my question. His name is, I'm just gonna say, the other person written on the second envelope. At the end of the first letter were instructions to open the second one only when you both are present. So you contacted the curator a few hours ago. He responded quite quickly and agreed to meet you today. Curator, I know the name. I can't pronounce it right now. A strange assignment that was on the back of your mind. Stage 1. The curator recommended the calf as a mean spot. It's situated not far from both the funeral home and your residence, but you never tried it before. You choose a seat for 2 near the window, basking in the remaining daylight pouring from them. The city, ever busy, shines under it. You take out Jane's second letter and sit nicely in the middle of the table. The calf bells ring throughout this room. You and some other patrons reflectively glance at the entrance. This is our Yandere, I think. A young man is already looking directly at you. Smiling, he makes a beeline to your table. Under his right arm is a motorcycle helmet, and under his left is a messenger bag. The keychains are rattling with each step. Excuse me, are you Miss YN? Oh yes, you must be Mr. I'm gonna say Chow. That's me. A pleasure to meet you. He meets you with your extended hand over the table and takes a seat. Sorry to keep you waiting. Traffic's quite busy today. No, it's alright. I just got here myself. Did you come here straight from work? I did. Had to sort out papers this morning. His gaze falls to the letters on the table. Let's order something first. He waves a waitress over, and you both give her your order. You knew her, didn't you? You should be the one to open it. Chow shakes his head. Yet she sent it to you, not me. Go ahead, we'll read it to Care anyways. You offer him a small smile and open the broken envelope. The paper is the same as the first letter, thick and high quality, the way Jane Arvey wrote meticulously. You lift the paper in the middle of the table, facing the window, so both of you can read it in the same time. Her handwriting comes to life in clear, visible cursive. After a minute or so, your eyes meet his at the same time. The silence is broken when the waitress brings your orders. and both of you let out short thanks. Sorry, can I read it again? He takes the letter and scans it again. With him occupied, this is the time you observe his features. You didn't expect anything in particular, but with a title such as botanical curator, you can't help but expect a more aged person, someone's much closer to deceased age than yours. A simple type of handsomeness graces his face, framed by hair that shade of blooming petals. His eyes are soft and youthful. They brim with apparent curiosity. Still, there's an air of maturity in how he brings himself. Chow's fingers absently drum the table, bringing you back to attention. Would you like to eat first, Miss Lyon? Yes, all right. Also, just call me by my name. I don't think we're that far in age. Only if you want to, of course. Okay, you can call me by my name too, then. Don't hesitate to ask if you have any questions about my work. We'll be working together after all. I'd like to ask you some things, if you don't mind. No. So it looks like we could ask every single question, so let's start with about his job. What do botanical cultivators do? Well, plants, I know that. The variety of things. We handle the acquisition, documentation, and preservation of botanical collections. The museum has a herbarium wing, so I mostly to that. I also get the guide off tours. For kids mostly, because according to my manager, my face is approachable to them. Because youthful, probably. They're not wrong, you think. You don't miss the way he smiles and dearly wises at the mention of his job. What about you? I'm not really familiar with the deaf career service. You mean mortician? Morticians are basically funeral directors. We work with the family, arrange funeral services and memorials. We tend service details, paperwork, things like that. It's pretty flexible in the funeral home I'm working though. Since I have a license to work as both a mortician and an embalmer, it varies from time to time. Do you have a preference for either one? Not really. A singer embalmer just retired from the home though, so I'm taking more embalming work lately, just until a recruit comes in. I already dressed up Miss Jane this morning, since at the first letter she requested a viewing to be held. You deliver the last sentence in a jar tone, unsure of how sensitive sudden mentions of Jane might affect Cho. He doesn't particularly react, so you continue. But it's a good work. I choose this line because I felt a calling to it. I'll be like, because it's a bit morbid? What about you, Chow? What made you choose your work? He slowly perks up at the sound of his name. I always had urge to preserve and understand what I like. Since childhood, I always had an interest in plants, no matter what shape or size. That and blood makes me a little squeamish, so I can't study far in the field of animals or the human body. Unlike us. Actually, I wouldn't want to do mortician owl. But if I ever gain interest in either one, I think I'll pick up on the necessary knowledge too. It's never been too late to learn. I agree. About Jane, Ivory. How long have you been working in the museum? Almost a year now, you? A little over a year in this current funeral home. I felt welcome from the start though. really good people there. Same here. Good coworkers always help make the job worthwhile. You're not in agreement. What about you and Miss Jane? Were you two familiar with each other? A little, actually. She's a benefactor and frequent visitor. I would say, a little, actually. She was a benefactor and a frequent visitor of the museum. She was a busy woman, but in her free time, she visits the museum sometimes. She came to recognize her bridal staff. How long have you known her? Only after I took the job, so less than a year. We talk about the museum, its collections, mundane things. We're not particularly close, but she always bright and a little intimidating in a good way. I had no idea she had an illness, though. Was she in a hospital? Yes, her body came in from the hospital across the street. Any idea how long she was there? According to her employees, she had to stay in the hospital for weeks. Her death was quite sudden, they said. Any visitors or family members so far? No, only her employees. My friend had contacted her son, though. I see. So her death is ruled as natural causes? I'm okay now, because it's Yandere, I'm going, what do you mean about that? How do you know? Yes, by cardiac arrest, aka heart attack. Chow nods, seemingly finished with this line of questioning. Well, let's meet her wishes as best as we can, then. Of course. I didn't know Miss Jane at all, so she must likely heard about me from someone else, but Marge, she asked for me specifically. Your tone and words are a product of both experience and genuine empathy. You exchange your condolence with Chow. Via text, but talking directly is always different. About him. You point your chin at his helmet resting in the back of his chair. You ride a motorcycle? Sure do. Saves a lot of time and money, and it's fun. It's also a lot more dangerous. I would rather be boxed in. When I need a refresher, I take it on a night rides. What else do you do in your free time? I enjoy photography. I usually take pictures of things I'm interested in. Plants again. It's like, yeah, I took a guess on that. He would be the son of Poison Ivy. I consider and Harley Quinn. I consider my job as a hobby too. When I preserve a log, when I preserve or log a specimen, I try my best to learn so much as possible about them. It keeps them alive that way, in their preservation and our memories. You seem very passionate about your work. Of course, it's personal to me in a way. It fulfills something, that's for sure. What about you, Ryan? What do you think about what you do? It's both personal and impersonal, I suppose. You're assisting someone, or at least their loved ones, through their death, the last stop, yet you will never know the deceased personally. I'll know them through what is left of them. Not sure what to think about that. In a way, that's not too difficult from his job, different from his job either, you think. You wonder if that was a little too much with Chow's eyes. But Chow eyes you with a satisfied glint. Understand what you mean. You smile. No more questions. Both of you finish your meals, and the conversation automatically returns to the job at hand. You review the contents of the second letter together. Okay, so Miss Jane stated that she would like to be cremated. After a 3-day viewing starting tomorrow, she requested an unintended cremation. The urn will be given to her son. During the viewing, she wants to feature various specimens representing all of the museum's wings. The choice of a specimen is given to the teams, the little teams. She wants to be displayed in a glass coffin. Chow looks at you with a slight concern. Isn't that viewing supposed to be tomorrow? Is that enough time? I think we have one or two glass coffins. I'll ask right now to check. You take out your phone to text Ash. Jane Ivory request is more unconventional side, you think. 3-day viewing displayed by a museum exhibit, then a cremation. No ceremony, memorials, or orgies, or celebrations of life. I know that too. It's not allowed, but considering her direct summon of you can't help but be curious. You look back at Cho. What about the specimens? Do you get the permits and transportation fast enough? I'll try, but if it's for Miss Jane, I'm pretty sure this museum will treat it urgently. Also, if you don't mind, can I keep the letter? I'm sure that our staff would like to see it too. I'll type up the content and send it to you when I get back to the museum. That's fine. If there isn't anything else, let's go now. Let's. You both gather your belongings and pay at the counter. Chow opens the door for you on your way out. You're going straight to the funeral home after this? Yes, but I need to drop by my apartment first. It's nearby, so I'll just walk. Are you going back to the museum? Yeah, I'd like to start discussing with the team ASAP. I have time and a spare helmet though. Want to ride instead? I drive carefully, so don't worry. Still motorcycle. I want 4 doors. I want to be safe on every single side. He walks towards a motorcycle. He walks toward his motorcycle. Its body, dark and shiny, reflects the city in the form of upside-down glass buildings. Tempting offer from a sweet young guy. Because he's our Yandere, what's accept? Sure, thanks a lot, Chow. You slip on the helmet he hands you. It's a perfect fit, but your hand fusses with the clicking of the strap buckle. Chow watches with slight amusement from the seat of his vehicle. May I? Yes, please. His hands are careful not to touch your face. They're close your helmet buckle with a satisfied click. The strap tightens under your chin, and he steps back, putting on his own helmet. You take your seat behind Chow carefully, legs touching ever so slightly with his. At such proximity, you notice a slight flowery fragrance from his sweater. His sweater carries. Where to, Ryan? You tell him your apartment name. Can I tell you the way? I can tell you the way we go, or do you prefer a map? No, it's okay. The vehicle's engine comes to life, and Chell cracks his neck to the side. I know where it is. Oh, he's stalking us already. Stage 2. The next few days will be spent by you raging and overseeing the viewing of Jane Ivory. She lays in a glass coffin, as if in deep slumber. The room is elegantly decorated and successfully adored with various displays of plants, both living and preserved. Because of the museum, torrents, gifts, and flowers line the area, all coming from business partners. You've done this countless times before, but the circumstances of you being requested by name by stranger gives you a Highland sense of alertness, intent for this. There is a monetary amount of people milling in and out of the room today, including people from bodies to which she was a patron. Both higher-ups and staff from the Coven Museum of Natural History will pay their respects to the white woman. You mostly stand by at the landing area, between the hall and the viewing room. No sign of the sun yet. YN? You turn and meet a familiar face. Oh, and hey! It really is you. Hello. Are you the one handling this? I am. Why? Jane's my mom. The girl named Ash asked me to talk to you since you're the one overseeing her viewing. Oh, I see. My condolences, Owen. Owen Waver, your high school friend. You're reminded of the last time you both talked to each other. A few months ago. Oh, so we stopped talking a few months ago. You step outside the restaurant, the noise of chatter almost immediately dissipating into the quiet restless of the wind. Inhale as much fresh air as possible before anyone notices you're gone. Reunions are particularly unpleasant to you, but gets a little overwhelming sometimes. Hey, YN. Oh, hey, Owen. Want one? He takes a pack of cigarettes and hands them to you. No thanks, just out for fresh air. Alright. He lights his cigarette with a flick, facing away from you every time he blows away the smoke. Side by side, both of you face the street and swim silver of ocean ahead. Pleasant silence falls on the street for a while. Only occasional chirping of birds and leaves splatter the air. You're a mortician, right? Can I ask you something? Sure. Have you ever handled a family member or someone you know? As a funeral arrangement, embalming, or both? Both, sure. Several times. How did you work through it? The grief, I mean. I remind myself that I'm helping preserve the memory of them, giving them one last send-off and all. It's harder when I know the person, but it's what it is. Memory, huh? Another silence descends. You give a quick sideways glance to see him, with furrowed brows, both mouth slightly open, as if wanting to say something. The thin smoke comes out of it. Did you lose someone recently? A long time ago. Just remembered again, since I've been having strange feelings whenever I'm outside. The person's still alive, just not in my life anymore. They're not in a good condition, last I heard. Their time might be coming soon. He's talked about his mom. But what is there to remember if I never knew them? And she abandoned him with his dad, probably. Your face, his side profile, his eyes drop from the horizon to a gray asphalt. Your voice comes out weaker than you expected, or they fall out after high school. I'm sorry, Owen. No, I'm sorry. That was weird. We're not even that close, he said with no hostility. A chuckle, breathing through his hoarse voice. It was deeper than when you were both teens. Well, probably because of smoke. Owen must have remembered the same thing. He offered a shrug and a heavy smile. Now that you know it, he does bear stark resemblance to the late woman. The same pale skin, silken eyes, and black hair. She was that person I told you about back in Reunion YN. What are the odds? Now you probably know her better than me. And she probably found out because of him. Because she was keeping tabs of his friends. You and Owen continue small talk, catching up on things these past few months. It's not only until he left for the viewing room that Cho emerged. He'll be helping you throughout the events, being a temporary excused from his duties at the museum for a few days. When unoccupied, you must talk to him. You find yourself easily lost in small, pleasant conversations with Cho. Usually, you two idle in the landing area. Do you always wear black during the job? Most of the time, but not always. Different cultures may use different colors. Once, I had a family ask if I could wear white, so I did. Must be interesting. Interacting with so many people on a daily basis. To that, you smile gently at him. Always something new going on. And you're right. From the entrance room, an elderly woman, she looks around warily until her eyes fall on you and Cho. A smile wrinkles her sun-kissed skin. Cho, dearie! I'm gonna say Glinda. You came here alone? Yes, my son drove me here. Is everyone already inside? Team and Joseph. Yes. Joshua. Yes. Oh, alright. And you are, sweetie, a friend of Cho's? My name's YN, ma'am. I'm the funeral director for Miss Jane Ivory. Nice to meet you. I wasn't personally close to her, but she was always interested in our work. It made me smile. You offer her a genuine smile, and she beams even wider. With a strong grip, she gives you your arm a friendly squeeze. Such a cutie. Such a cute girl. I think she's your type, Joe. Didn't you tell me once that you've been stalking me? Oh, Glenda, I think Mr. Joshua is waiting for you inside. Joe quickly and gently ushers the lady in the room. When he returns, his eyes void yours. With his ears still slightly red at the tips, you can't help but tease. Aw, someone has a crush on me by stalking me. Sorry about that. I'm one of the younger staff, so she gets dotting at times. It's fine though. I think it's sweet. Are you that close to your coworkers? I think it's sweet. Are you that close to your coworkers? Close enough. I originally came to the job purely for the plants, but I suppose it has its blessings. I keep learning new things. What about you, Ryan? The girl that was here before? Is she your friend? His subtle excitement shows when talking about his interest or you. It's a pattern you start to notice and find quite cute. She is. Her name's Ash. I'll introduce you to her later. Oh, and turns out Miss Jane's son is my high school friend. He's in the viewing room right now. Oh, really? What a coincidence. You continue to spend your free time during the job of Cho, learning more things about him every day. He, too, seems enthusiastic to know more about you. More than he already knows. The viewing comes to an end after 3 days. Well, other staff clear out the room. You help handle the cremation on the same day. It only took a few hours. You wait for the cremation office. You wait at the cremation office, where the family of the deceased will pick up the urn and finish the rest of the papers. Your leg bounces to the beat of the ticking clock, your eyes fixed on the urn of Jane Ivory. She is now ashes again, the remains of her body forever resting in the porcelain vase. It's awe of the craftsmanship, you think. Veins of pale green tangle in distangle, forming webs. Light knocks. Hit the door. Come in. Excuse me, Wyan. Oh, Owen, take a seat. Oh, thanks, and thank you. He looks even more fatigued than the first day. You seem emotional. Emotional exhaustion weighing on him like many holds were sitting in the room. His hair black and deep like Jane's. It's unworldly. You give him a standard porcelain cremation brief, and he signs the statement letter stating that he has received the urn. The ballpoint meets the paper with a click. He can leave now if he wants to, but his eyes fall onto the white and green urn, lost in thought. You say nothing until seconds pass and he pinches the bridge of his nose in a wince. You okay, Owen? Did you know her? I heard she requested for you specifically. Not personally. Someone else must have likely referred to her to me. Oh, I see. Like a ghost told her. It's like she did a good job. They did a good job. It's just, you already know I expected it, but it was still sudden. I didn't even know she was hospitalized. This just feels wrong. The pink-haired guy they were with, who is he? His name is Chow. He's a botanical he works in the botanical department from the Coven Museum of Natural History. Miss Jane also requested for him. He knew her. He probably knew her more than we did. Yes, he did. She was a benefactor of the museum and visited his team from time to time. Oh, all right, whatever. Thank you for your time, for arranging everything, Wyan. Can I contact you if anything comes up? Of course, Owen. He cradles the urn, and both of you leave into the hall. Cho stands across the door, leaning into the wall. His eyes meet Owen's, and the waiter's face twists further into conflict. You're Cho, right? Yes, I am, sir. Have we met before? It's like, he has a gut feeling. Owen has a gut feeling. Not firmly, but I did see you during the viewing, sir. I was there every day. No, before that, weeks ago. Sorry, I don't think so. Be honest. I am honest, sir. I've never seen you before. You were there in front of my apartment. I almost hit you, didn't I? That's why you stopped. What are you talking about? Owen's face hurts into anger and confusion. Don't lie to me, prick. You knew my mom, too, didn't you? He had to step in before this escalates. Let's defend Chow. This is not the first time a family member lost their temper in a funeral home. You learned to understand it. I'm sorry, Owen. Please calm down. Please don't yell in the funeral home. He seems to deflate a little. A pain grimps now in his face. I think I met him before. Have you, Chow? You look at him seriously. You hope whatever he answers will be the truth. No, I'm really sorry. It must have been someone else. Wyan, do you think he's lying? You answer what you want to believe and what you got hold on to the most. He's lying. No, I don't think so. Are you sure you met him before? The man's fist clenched on his side, his shoulders shaking. Dark eyes, so utterly similar to Jane's, lock on you. You see Cho's face immediately tick from the confusion to tension, taking a half step between you and Owen. Before either of you could speak, Owen looked around. The tension in his body dissolves into a slump. A fragile look of confusion on his face brings forth an image of an elderly person. His eyes drop once again, exactly how it did back in between the surfing ocean and rustling leaves. I'm really sorry, Ryan. I don't know what's gone into me. He leaves briskly, urn clenched close to his chest. You turn to Cho with a questioning look. What was that? Why was he sure he knew you? I don't know either. I swear I've never seen him before. I don't know either. I swear I've never seen him before. Didn't you even know Miss Jane had a son before this? She never told you? She's not that close with any of us. She's not that close to any of us, or at least not that I know of. Does this happen often here? People getting agitated? Yes, but it's understandable. They often grieve stricken or numb. It's not that then other equally strong emotions. I'm a little worried about for Owen, to be honest. We're not that close, but he's still my friend. I can't imagine having the mental strength one must have in your line of work. It's oppressive. The words leave his mouth in such a genuine tone, to a slight heat warm of your cheeks. The empty hallway feels a little smaller now. Thanks, you too. Preserving and building knowledge for other people. I think that's amazing too. I hope to see you work it directly. And you mean it even more when a smile blooms on Tro's face. Why not tomorrow? We'll be returning the borrowed specimens at noon. You should come with me. If it's not too busy, of course. Really? I'm in. He lets out a satisfied chuckle. See you tomorrow then. The next day, you arrive at the Coven Museum of Natural History from the funeral home, courtesy of a ride from Cho. It was spent with small, pleasant talks, extending until now, when both of you step into the marble floors of the building. Pets? None. My apartment doesn't allow them. Comfort food? Maltu dipped in condensed milk. Let's pause the game. We're here now. Cho waves his hand in an arc, proudly presenting a grand room, veils of light, like the carvings on the stone pillars. Countless dry plant specimens are displayed in glass boxes, arranged based on type and history. A group of school children on a field trip scatter themselves between them. They chatter and occasionally get reminded by supervising adults to not touch the grass. Something that you see is still not obeyed by a giggling group at the corner. You smile at their cheer, glancing at Cho. You see that he's already looking at you. Want to stay a while? It's okay, let's go. You can take a good look after we're done. Follow me, Ryan. Cho leads you to a slightly hidden hallway onto the unlocked staff door. Inside is a storage room. The air is clean and dry, a little chilly to the skin. Rows and rows of pristine cabinets. Tables line the room. It's a little clinical. A far cry from a museum's classical interior. You look around with hands behind your back, careful to not touch anything. Welcome to the botanical nest. I'm gonna say nest. I'm not gonna say it. My friend already transported and unloaded the borrowed specimens, so now my job is to sort it back and report it. I'll show you lots of things. Be ready. He smiles. His smile is contagious, you think. He places his bag, the same rattling beast as the one from your first meeting, and gets to work on the packages and cases laid out on the large table. He procures a set of keys from his bag and pops open one of them. From it, his gloved hands pull out a frame almost the size of his torso. The graceful, graceful pink lady slippers. It's quite a common orchid, but this one was mounted in the 1850s. I remember this one. It's the cutest shape. It has the cutest shape. It does. Now, this one is the shrubbery everlasting. It's a lovely little Pyrenean, also common, and was mounted in 1990. So that one's a little earlier. That one's newer. Closer look, you could still see the bright spots of yellow. Let me see. Oh yeah, it's there. Cho laughs a light, gentle sound and continues to the next one. The lively bog, the bog. I'm gonna say the bog. It grows in the wetlands and grassy areas. It's considered quite rare, but not by much. We didn't win any overly rare or valuable specimens anyway. I don't think it's easily allowed, especially on such short notice. This one was mounted in 2002, even more recent. Not an antique, but beautiful nevertheless. I don't think the 1990 one is an antique yet either. 1850s, yes. But the eldest plant you've got there? Well, for dry provision, we have some things from the 17th century, mostly collections of medical plants stored in volumes of books. Can I see? For older collections, we store them in different room in the museum. That one's not easily accessible. Oh, alright. But if you want to see it, I'll see what I can do. My manager still owes me a favor. I could ask him later. Oh, I don't have to. I'm just curious. You wave your hands in front of you in dismissal, and Cho grins in return. Okay, I'll show you something else. That's just as cool later. He continues with his work, making sure to entertain you while still returning the items to the racks and logging them with precision. From every awe and ahs that comes out of you, Cho seems to be brighter. That's the last one. Phew. He wipes his brow, satisfied smile, glancing his face as he looks around the racks. He knows a piece of plastic stuck in his hair. Violet stack electricity. Take it yourself. Cho, you have it. Gently, you close the distance and extend your hand to his head. He freezes in a wide-eyed stare, but doesn't move an inch. He plucked a piece of plastic, lingering slightly in proximity. Then you step back. It was stuck in your hair. Oh, thanks, Wyan. Cho, bashful demeanor, soon places itself with a source channel's delight in envelop and warmth spread across his face. You're not sure why he's so happy over the small gesture. You have a guess, but you keep it close to you gravely being heart. Anyways, I have something else to show you. All things we went for the viewing were pressed and mounted plants, but yet I've yet to show you the wet specimens. Let's go. Cho leads you to the room filled with fossils, bottles, and other collections. Its design is closer to museum's public area than its previous storage. Warm lights bask dark wood. From the inside and outside, it betrays the room's cold temperature. You can't help but think of Jane Ivory in her glass coffin. Did Miss Jane go on storage tours like this too? Yes. Were you the one touring her? No, always. Sorry, Wyan, I don't feel like talking about her right now. I hope you don't understand. Oh, of course, I'm sorry. No need to apologize. You bite your tongue. He was quite open about Jane before, so you assumed it would be a regular conversation. Luckily, he quickly hops on their subject. This area isn't open to public yet, and we're still figuring things out. This is why the lineup is kind of random. It's really pretty. Thank you. Thoughts on poison plants? Awesome for viewing personally only, though. Then you're like this one, Wyan. Chow leads you to a glass cabinet in the corner, visibly more scared than the rest. With its extra locks, he takes out his keys and crouches to start unlocking them. Is a bigger warning label not needed here? Nope, no one will make direct contact with the plant, let alone consume it. Plus, it's extra secure. As if proving his point, he moves to lock the next locks. Cho's hands, now gloved again, pulls out a jar, but quickly hides it behind his back with a side grin. He leads you to a nearby table, where he gently places the jar on. It's called the Heart's Undertaker. Not the Heart Stopper. Its beauty was intentionally known for his preservative qualities, being used in embalming around the 1500s. Oh, so my land of Warcliffe used it. Okay. There are also records of localized superstition from that time caused by people working with these flowers. But well, it's the poison. On its own, and in small amounts, the Undertaker's not deadly. Processed, however, it's the opposite comes true. You bend closer to see the pale white flower immersed in liquid. Its petals are reminiscent of a lily, their ends curling ever so slightly in its peak. It's deathly still. You find yourself wanting to hold your breath. You glance at Cho, still smiling at you with a tilt in his head. Is it rare? Maybe. It reminds me of you, actually. That's why I want to show you. Really, how so? Well, because, mortician is the name. You're the Undertaker yourself. And I find you to be quite the interesting woman. He looks away, and you could tell in his eyes that he wants to say more. You recall, I'll ask him more about the flower. You want to know more about it. A playful smile appears on your face. Anything else? Well, it looks inconspicuous at first, but once you know what you're looking for. You can't miss its beauty. Under the pink specked petals lies its properties, proving its charm inside out. You laugh affectionately, looking down to hide slightly reddening cheeks. You sure have a way with words, Cho. Thank you. Where are the pink specks, though? Fresh ones have them. They're very light, the arts and crafts hack where you spatter paint with a toothbrush bristles. It looks exactly like that. Cho puts his finger on the jar's cool middle cap, tracing circles on it lightly. You don't miss the way he's been handling the specimens, gently and thoughtfully. Imagine how it would feel on skin that's warm and yours. Oh, or going for dirty thoughts. As if swatting the image out of your head, you bore out the first thing you could think of. You look like a flower yourself. I mean, I like the pink hair. Like you're tall, slender, and you're dressed in soft colors. You move gracefully too. I think you're the type of person to bring colors to your surroundings, just like a flower would. That came out more honest and corny than you meant it to be, but you stand your ground and push down any buds of embarrassment. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you think that way about me. For that, I hereby declare the Heart Takers as my favorite plant of the month. You have yet to stop the smile on your face, now widened by the warmth of his voice. Only for the month? Depends. With the Undertaker herself. Let me study her more, for research purposes, of course. Yes, of course. For your research. You and Cho laugh, and for the first time, it is the back and forth bashfulness seems to catch up the both of you at the same time. Are you done looking at it? You nod and Cho picks up the jar. He slides the cabinets and returns it. Several clicks resound through the warm room, reaching your being heart. After tying up, you both leave the storage rooms. Under the glow of the museum lights, Cho's smile seems to brighten like no other. Stage 3. Cho, a botanical curator from the Unraveling Museum of Natural History and current tenant of your mind. Behind the moments of occasional bashfulness, you come to realize that Cho eludes a sort of confidence you like to see more of. He sent you a picture of his lunch yesterday, with his face in the corner and his hand brought up in a peace sign. It's been 1 or 2 weeks since Jane Ivory's job had been wrapped up, yet unlike the usual one-time job partners, it seems both of you still want each other's company. Nothing too intense, just occasional texting. It started with light chatting, and sometimes you send each other pictures on your daily activities. It's slightly embarrassing, you think, like a high school girl having a crush for the first time. You haven't met him since he showed you around the museum storage rooms, but you wish he would just appear right in front of you. To be continued. The second branch of the game ends here in the demo version. There will be more to come, so keep an eye out on my pages. Thank you for playing. So let's check what would happen if we did all the other answers. That will make him more of a yandere. Stage 3. A few days ago, you agreed to let Cho see the morgue of your funeral home, though for what reason, beyond his usual curiosity, you don't ask much. You had time to think about Cho, the odd circumstances under which you met, and the lasting connection that you could see blooming if you were to nurture it. You won't, however. You're not oblivious to the way he looks at you, the small, charming gestures and bashful smiles. You don't want to give false hope to a man who has been so kind. That and an irrepressible gut feeling you've been having for the past week. You can't pinpoint what makes this entanglement feel wrong. Is this the fact that you both met through a dead stranger's request? The way his demeanor changes ever so slightly when he thinks you're not looking? Have you met him before? Under those rosy eyes, you feel something growing towards you, all-consuming and certainly cold. Seriously cold. You can stay and figure out, but you won't. After today, you'll be even, you think. He showed you the heart of his workplace. Now you show him yours. That's it. Is all. You stand with Cho in front of one of the doors, the sun slowly sinking behind the windows. I'm not allowed to show you the occupied morgue, but I'll show you this one instead. It's temporarily out of service for maintenance. The door leads directly to it. We usually go through a different one and pass by another one to prepare. Cho gives an understanding nod, his eyes following your hands as they tap your ID card on the door scanner. You've gotten a new lanyard since you received the placement card. Inside the monotone room, a void of bodies, and the stagnant air is cold to the skin. Cho hesitates on the threshold. I'm not wearing any protective clothing. Is that okay? Neither am I. It's alright. The room is going to be sterilized after maintenance is over. Cho comes in and looks around, top to bottom, left to right. His mouth is slightly ajar, in awe despite nothing particular note being in the room. It makes you unsure what to tell. You're also not used to the feeling of standing in the morgue without proper PPE, protective equipment. Yeah, PPE, I would say personal protective equipment. Back in the museum, every inch of the storage room was covered in stories to tell and show and tell. Too many, a morgue with no bodies. The equipment is just a cold room with a petrochemical smell to it. You manage to make small talk, explaining what you can, and Can is responding to Cho's questions. The gasp of air, in which none of you talk, are filled with only the rustling of clothes and footsteps on bare tiles. After a while, Cho seems satisfied with his look around. His uncharacteristically quiet today. The most communicative thing you see is a slight intensity in his eyes. You bring him outside once again. Can I ride home, Ryan? No thanks, it's alright. I'm going home with Ash today. Alright. Alright. Are you too close? Yeah, we're very close friends. He looks at you, waiting for you to say more. When he realizes you have nothing else to say, he shifts on his feet, a little tense expression on his face. I'll see myself out then. Thanks for today, Ryan. See you around. Cho turns and walks away, not waiting for a response. He watches back, and he realizes, for the first time, the lack of rattling and keychains that almost always accompanied his steps before. Something in your chest clenches, like you want to know more, remembering more things about him. But after today, you're sure he already gets the idea. Oh, he probably does it. A few weeks later. Since then, There's been no more matchups, no more jobs to do with Cho. He has texted you on several occasions, either starting a conversation or asking you for lunch or dinner. You respond minimally to them, and at one point he stops completely. A part of you thinks it's cruel, but you don't want to give him the wrong idea. It's clear he's not just looking for friendship. You are bound under a job from a woman you don't know, and now it's over. You fall back in your routine, in the friendly home, in your apartment, in the places you frequent around them. Some people, same job, same route, same places. Only now you live in a strange, nagging memory of Cho. The choking feeling doesn't go away. He's been stalking us, that's why. I did everything I could. I waited for so long. I was so close, Ryan. Do you know what lengths I went through to hear you say my name? Was I foolish to think I could win you over? I need more of you, so I could do everything I can to make you look my way again. You'll break, and I'll be there to clean up. I hope only death will take me away from your mind, so we'll be one and the same, even if it means you won't love me the way I want you to. He was gonna kill me? Several weeks later, you've been seeing things. You start finding your name in places you frequent. Typography on a telephone pole poster, graffiti on the library table you always sit on. Someone's calling out your name across the street with no apparent source. They're scattered and of patternless frequency. Intentionally, you tell yourself it was just your mind playing tricks until the disruptions start creeping closer like a disease. There would be packages with no return address sent to your apartment filled with various things, from groceries to roses. Because he's stalking us, the packages stop at one point, but other strange things keep following you. You start to pick up recurring noises both outside and inside your home. A crinkle of plastic and metallic click. An operational sound. It made you erratic, paranoid, eats you inside. Every hair stands on end at the size tick. Your mind denied it until it manifested itself as an improbable mistake last night. You felt again a pair of eyes you don't know bore into your very being. Your feet took you to an alternative route of home by foot, adrenaline pumping blood into your head any faster than you can handle the heat in your body, betraying the cold night. You reach a dark alley, and through the walls bounce another pair of steps, heavy and increasing in speed. You don't look back. The shiver light at the beginning of the alley seems impossibly far as you run as fast as you can. A clammy hand grasps your collar. Fear seizing your every being, you grab the nearest object and hurl it at the figure. A rustling pipe hits them in a metallic ring, and the stranger drops to the concrete. His hood fell down, showing the telltale flush of intoxication. You don't stay to see if he's still breathing. That was a few hours ago. Now, past midnight, you can feel yourself running back to the deserted city streets. Someone had left a letter on your doorstep at the dead of night, followed by a frantic bell ringing. You got out of your bed to receive the wretched message. It contains contents jerk you to move, whatever it takes. You're all but fly past the unsupervised back door of the funeral home. Blood rushes at your head like a surge of thunder, raging breaths caused by the cold building to feel suffocating. You slam your ID card in the morgue scanner, frankly opening the cabinets, checking them one by one. Sweat starts to sick in your gloves hands, but they keep pulling and pushing until you find it. An unidentified body that was never registered in the morgue. White fabric covers their entire body. Wet blood seeps through it from the temple area. On their chest lies your old ID card, still attached to its goggy green lanyard. Your face, somehow, much younger than you look now, stares back. If anyone decides to check the morgue door entry log, it's the only face that they'll be recovered. You grasp your head, walking backwards to the wheeled metal bed. No scream came out of your throat. Someone found out your mistake, and they know it's you. This is the work of someone, same ever-looming shadow that's been choking you for a time they can't even recall. Our Yandere. Joe, you reread the envelope that sees your every being, now crumbled in your cappy grip. Loving cursive, blocky and simple, graces the paper in it. I left him at the place we last met. Now it's your call, my undertaker. Always finish what you started. It's a excruciating slow peak you see under the fabric. Blood has smeared all over the drunkard's bruised skin. It kisses the corner of his mouth, a barely noticeable splotch of pink blossoming from it. You wheel the metal bed to the crematorium. Metallically so, the weight of the stranger feels thinner under your hands. Moonlight falls through the window like dust. Rough rattles echo through the empty hallways, silent witness to your choice. Your grip tightens on your searily cold handles of the bed. No one will find out you believe this. Because the curator will take it to the grave, and so will you. Ending one, break me. And that was lovely Decays. If you want my content, please subscribe, help out, and comment down below. See you guys next time.